The Chase Sapphire Preferred is a perfect entry-level travel card, especially if you're someone looking to travel for free in the future by using credit card points. I'll be breaking down the Sapphire Preferred and show you exactly why so many people are drawn to this credit card. Some of the things we will cover are the reward multipliers, the best ways to use your Chase points, and the other important travel perks that are on this card. One of the reasons why the Chase Sapphire Preferred is such an attractive beginner travel card is because of its low $95 annual fee. This annual fee can be easily justifiable for the first year because of the decent sign-up bonus that usually comes along with it. The standard sign-up bonus that I often see on this card is 60,000 Chase points after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. But if you are lucky, you could see the sign-up bonus go up to 80,000 or even 90,000 points throughout the year. Or if you are extra lucky, the Sapphire Preferred once held a 100,000 point sign-up bonus, so if you see that showing up around town, I would highly consider applying for the card. However, with the normal 60,000 point sign-up bonus, you are still receiving at least $600 worth of value from those points alone. That's why if you hit the sign-up bonus, those $600 worth of points will easily justify the $95 annual fee for the first year that you have this card. I'll go into depth on what's the best way to redeem your Chase points later in the video, but to give you some context on the lower spectrum, Chase points are worth around 1 cent per point. That's why 60,000 points are worth $600, 80,000 points are worth $800, and so on. And again, I want to stress that that is on the lower end of the spectrum because you could easily get more than just 1 cent per point for your Chase points. Sure, the sign-up bonus is great and the annual fee is relatively low, but those aren't good enough reasons alone to apply for this card. On the other hand, one reason that makes the Sapphire Preferred valuable is its decent multipliers. I say decent because they aren't the best everyday reward categories out there, but at the same time, this card will get your basics covered, which are traveling and dining purchases. For travel purchases specifically through the Chase travel portal, you will earn 5x points. Through the portal, you can book things like flights, hotels, cruise lines, etc. But please be sure to compare the prices as opposed to booking directly. Sometimes the prices through the travel portal will be higher than if you book the same travel purchase on another website or book directly. Of course, if you are a portal pal, someone who likes to book through portals, then earning 5x points is a huge dub for you. However, for non-portal pals and for those times when booking outside the portal is cheaper, how many points will you earn then? With the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you will earn 2x on all of those travel purchases made outside of the Chase travel portal. Not only will your flights and hotel purchases be eligible for 2x points, but also Airbnb, parking garage tickets, public transportation, and rideshare purchases will all earn 2x points. The travel category on this card is so flexible, and if you live in a major city, you could rack up Chase points from all the public transportation that you do. For example, in New York City, I used my Sapphire Preferred linked up to my Apple Wallet and just scanned in every time we went on the subway. And when I moved to LA, I will pay for all of that great public parking on my Sapphire Preferred as well. Then another valuable reward category to have on any credit card is a dining category. And this card gives you 3x points at restaurants worldwide. Those two categories are great to have not only to use in your hometown, but also when you travel abroad. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is also a Visa card and has no foreign transaction fees. That's 2 more things that will make your international traveling experience as smooth as possible. But a weird reward category on this card is 3x on online grocery store purchases. To take full advantage of this category, you can make purchases at your local grocery store by placing the order online or through an app and then just have it delivered or go in there and get it for pickup. An important thing to note is that Walmart, Target, and wholesale clubs are not eligible for this multiplier. It could be a pretty funky to use category, but if you are someone who orders meal kits, for example, those purchases are also eligible for those 3x bonus points. And the last reward category on the Sapphire Preferred is 3x on select streaming services, which will cover pretty much all of your favorite apps or services such as Disney, Hulu, Netflix, Apple or Apple Music, Spotify, and more. That covers all the different ways you can earn your Chase points with this card. However, a huge part of the Sapphire Preferred is the fact that it unlocks transfer partners. With your Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can now transfer your Chase points to one of Chase's travel partners at a 1-to-1 ratio. This is a list of Chase's travel partners, and the notable ones here are United, Southwest, and Hyatt. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you are someone who wants to travel for free by using points, this is exactly how you could do this. And by transferring points to a travel partner, you could receive on average 2 cents per point of value. Here's a few examples showing you exactly how to do that. Let's say you wanted to travel internationally and go from Miami to London one way. With British Airways, you could catch a one-way flight on October 3rd for $798 in economy. Or for that same exact flight and seat, we could use 30,000 points and $150 in taxes and fees instead. How do we know if that's a good value though? To figure that out, we have to take the cash value of the flight, which is $798, subtract the taxes and fees if we were to book with points, so minus $150. Then you divide all of that by the amount of points it would take you to book, which is 30,000, and then you times that number by 100. After going through that quadratic formula, we find out that this award flight would yield us a 2.16 cent per point value. That's not too bad at all, but we could get an even better value with our points just by upgrading our seat on the same exact flight. Instead, if we wanted to fly business class on this flight, it would cost a steep $5,582, or with points, it would take 90,000 miles and $450 in fees. We run those numbers through our formula and find out that this flight or this seat will now give us a 5.7 cent per point value. That's more than twice the amount of value as the economy seat we just covered, and it's more than 5 times the amount of value if you were to have used those same points for cash back at a 1 cent per point ratio. However, before I show you more examples, I want to highlight some drawbacks of booking with points. Booking award travel, aka booking with points, can be a time-intensive process because you have to search for different airlines, different flights, different dates, all to find the best value for your points. And to make things harder, award prices and availability fluctuate throughout the year. So if you see a good deal, like the song goes, jump on it. God, that was so bad. Using points for travel also isn't always free. Like we just saw, a lot of times airlines will charge taxes and fees if you book with points. However, British Airways is a pretty, not crazy exception, but is a crazy example because they are notorious for charging high taxes and fees when you book with points. I'll show you cheaper options in a second. Another thing to keep in mind when using points for travel is that the upgraded seat options tend to have the better value for your points as opposed to economy seats. This could be a good thing because you just got a free one-way business flight to London for 90,000 points. But those same 90,000 points could have booked 3 economy flights going to and from the same places. I mean, there's a trade-off there. Did you want 3 economy flights or 1 business class flight? You can make that decision. Anyway, let me show you another airline example, except this time we'll be using a domestic flight with United, and this will actually show you a secret power of the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I'm tired of paying for parking in LA, so let's fly to New York on November 7th, which is actually a day before my brother's birthday, to ride the subway instead and have some great pizza in the city. An economy flight is going for $144 one way, or 12,000 miles and $5.60 in fees. Whip out your handy calculators and we have a 1.15 redemption. This is where I want to bring up a perk of having the Chase Sapphire Preferred. With this card, you could actually redeem your Chase points for 1.25 cents per point through the Chase travel portal. This perk will benefit you when you don't feel like dealing with the trouble of transferring your points to partners and then searching up award flights for hours. Instead, you could pick exactly the flight you want on the exact date that you want and rest easily knowing you're gonna get 1.25 cents per point. 1.25 cents isn't a crazy high valuation, but it's better than 1 cent per point, which should be the bare minimum you ever redeem your Chase points for. However, another reason why this 1.25 cents per point perk is so amazing is because of the example we are currently working on. I signed into the Chase travel portal and found the exact United flight that we just went over. It would leave on the same day, it's a one-way flight, everything is the same except for the points you will use to pay for it. As you saw, through United, we would have paid 12,000 miles or 12,000 Chase points and $5.60 in fees. However, for the same $144 flight through the Chase travel portal, we will pay 11,512 points and $0 in fees. We are saving 500 Chase points and $5 from booking the same flight through Chase instead of through a transfer partner. And of course, after doing the math, the 11,512 points will be worth 1.25 cents per point as opposed to the 1.15 cents per point valuation through United. What does this mean for you? Well, if you are trying to use your points for flights or hotels, look up award availability through one of Chase's travel partners first. If you find an option that gives you more than 1.25 cents per point, then great, you should book it. However, if you find that you would receive less than 1.25 cents per point, then just book it through the Chase travel portal by using your Sapphire Preferred card. Before we finish up the other benefits of the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I want to show you a fun example where your points will be worth a lot of value. Hyatt is one of Chase's travel transfer partners, and they typically have some of the best point valuations out there. What helps is that when you book award travel through Hyatt, you actually do not have to pay any resort fees or taxes. And if you want a nice redemption for your points, check out the Hyatt Big Sur. Here you could book a stay in their normal king-size bedroom for $2,677 a night, or 45,000 points per night instead. That would be an almost 6 cent per point valuation. However, if you want a more practical example, how about this Hyatt place in New York City that goes for $396 a night, or 20,000 points. It's a nice, simple, and easy 2 cent per point valuation. All right, now going back to the other Chase Sapphire Preferred benefits, you also have an annual $50 hotel credit when you book a hotel through the Chase portal. Honestly, I've never used this benefit before because I typically book my hotels directly since I have co-branded hotel credit cards. But if you are a portal pal and want to cut your effective annual fee from $95 to $45 every year on this credit card, then this would be the way to do it. Again, just be mindful of the price differences that you can experience when booking through a portal versus booking directly. One cute little extra benefit that the Sapphire Preferred has is you'll receive 10% of your total purchases made the previous year in bonus points. If you put $10,000 on your card last year, you'll receive 1,000 bonus Chase points this year. For high spenders, this benefit could make a difference, but for other people, it's just a nice way to receive a few extra hundred or few extra thousand Chase points. And unlike this minor or cute little benefit, the Sapphire Preferred actually has some serious major travel protections and coverages, especially for an entry-level travel credit card. You'll get trip cancellation / interruption / delay insurance, a primary car rental collision damage waiver, loss or damage bag reimbursement, emergency travel services, and extended warranty / purchase protection. These types of things you hopefully won't always have to use on a credit card. However, it is a huge stress reliever to know you have these bases covered with the Sapphire Preferred. The last benefits on this card that I want to talk about are actually limited time partner benefits. To go along with everything else I mentioned so far in this video, the Sapphire Preferred will also earn 5x points on Lyft rides, give 6 months of complimentary Instacart Plus membership with $15 of Instacart credit every quarter. It will also give a complimentary 1-year Dash Pass membership and earn 5x total points on Peloton equipment. By this point, how does the Chase Sapphire Preferred sound to you? If it has been checking off all your boxes, then I would suggest making sure you are under the Chase 524 rule. This rule states if you have opened 5 or more credit cards from any issuer in the past 24 months, you will automatically be ineligible to open the Sapphire Preferred. So before you apply for this card, make sure you have opened only 4 personal credit cards or less within the past 24 months. By the way, you saw how powerful the Chase Sapphire Preferred is on its own, but it actually gets even more valuable when you combine 2 other cards with it to make the Chase Trifecta. And you can learn all about that popular credit card Chase Trifecta setup here. Okay, shoots.